Have you ever caught yourself holding onto the stair rail just a little tighter than you used to? Or maybe you've started writing things down more often, not because you want to, but because you need to. If that sounds familiar, I want to tell you something important right now. You're not alone, and more importantly, you're not powerless. Aging is natural. Yes, but slowing down and giving up control over your own life, that's not a given. There's a big difference between growing older and losing your independence. And believe it or not, there are small, doable things you can start doing today, yes, today that can make a huge difference down the road. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 simple yet powerful habits that can help you stay strong, independent, and far away from assisted living for as long as possible. This isn't about avoiding help when you truly need it, it's about building a lifestyle that lets you decide how you want to live. Because that freedom, that's priceless. So, let's ease into the first thing you can do, something that might surprise you. It's not an exercise or a diet plan. It's actually something much simpler. Move your body with intention every single day. I'm not talking about running marathons or going to the gym 5 days a week. No one's asking you to bench press your age in dumbbells. What I am saying is that regular, purposeful movement is like a secret weapon against decline. Think about this. Our bodies were designed to move. Our joints, our muscles, our balance systems all thrive when we're active. But here's the catch. Not all movement is created equal. Going from the couch to the fridge and back doesn't quite count. I'm talking about meaningful movement, stretching your arms above your head when you wake up, taking a short walk around your block, doing a few slow squats using the back of a chair for support. These small, daily movements help keep your muscles awake, your balance sharp, and your confidence high. There was a woman I knew named Lon, 78 years old, who made it a point to walk her little dog every morning at 6:30 a.m. rain or shine. And you know what she told me once? It's not about the walk. It's about knowing I can walk. And that's the heart of it, really. The more you move, the more you can move. And when your body knows how to move confidently, you reduce the risk of falls, injuries, and the kind of setbacks that so often lead people into assisted living facilities before they're ready. Now, let's pair that movement with something just as vital, fueling your body with the right foods. And I know what you might be thinking. At my age, does it really make a difference? Oh, absolutely. In fact, it might matter now more than ever. You see, your body is still a living, breathing machine, even if it's not running quite as fast as it used to. And just like a car, what you put in it affects how well it runs. Too many of us fall into a pattern of eating what's easy, processed foods, sweet snacks, and too many convenience meals that do very little to nourish us. But when you start swapping in colorful vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats like olive oil or avocado, and plenty of water, your energy starts to shift. Your digestion improves. Your brain fog begins to lift. And the best part? You don't need to overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. Try this. Tomorrow morning, instead of white toast with butter, make a bowl of oatmeal with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Add a boiled egg or 2 for protein. That simple change, it gives your brain the healthy fats it needs, your body the fiber it craves, and your day a much better start. Another easy shift? Add a little turmeric into your cooking. It's great for inflammation, especially in your joints. And if you can throw a few more greens into your lunch like spinach or kale, your bones and your muscles will thank you. You don't need to become a gourmet chef. You just need to think of food as fuel for independence. The better your nutrition, the stronger your body and mind become, and the longer you stay in charge of your own life. And speaking of your mind, that leads me to something a little deeper, a little more emotional, but just as critical: staying mentally and socially active. Think of your brain as a garden. If you don't tend to it, weeds grow, the soil hardens, and before long, nothing new wants to grow. But if you water it through conversation, curiosity, laughter, it stays fertile and alive. It's so easy to fall into isolation as we get older. Friends move away. Loved ones pass. Routines shrink. But isolation doesn't just make us lonely, it actually speeds up cognitive decline. It affects memory, mood, even physical health. That's why staying mentally and socially engaged isn't just a nice idea, it's a necessity. Call an old friend. Join a book club. Learn how to use a tablet or smartphone and FaceTime your grandkids. Even better, teach yourself something new, a new recipe, a card game, how to do Tai Chi from YouTube. You'll be surprised at how invigorating it feels to learn again. I once met a gentleman named Mr. Tan who, at age 82, decided to learn how to play the ukulele. He said, "It gives my fingers something to do and my heart something to sing." Now tell me that doesn't keep a person young. We're not meant to just exist as we get older. We're meant to continue growing in whatever ways we can. And when we keep growing physically, mentally, emotionally, we stay alive. Truly alive. That's how we keep control of our own lives. On our own terms. Now that we've talked about moving your body, eating with purpose, and feeding your mind and spirit with connection and curiosity, it's time we take an even closer look at another powerful part of maintaining independence. One that's often overlooked, but absolutely essential. Your home environment. Now, you might be wondering, what does my home have to do with staying out of assisted living? The answer is a whole lot more than most people realize. Our homes are supposed to be our safe space. But as we age, those familiar corners, rugs, and steps can quietly become hazards we don't even notice until it's too late. Think about how many times you've stumbled on that one uneven tile or had to stretch awkwardly to reach a dish on the top shelf. These little inconveniences might seem harmless, but over time, they can add up to serious risks. The good news? A few simple tweaks around your home can go a long way toward keeping you safe and independent. And you don't need to turn your house upside down or hire a contractor. Sometimes, it's just about seeing your home through a new lens through the eyes of future you. Start with lighting. As we get older, our vision naturally weakens, especially at night. If your hallway is dim or your bedroom light switch is far from the door, that's an accident waiting to happen. A simple fix? Add a few motion sensor night lights along the path from your bed to the bathroom. They're inexpensive, easy to install, and can make a huge difference in preventing falls. Next, look down. Those throw rugs that slide around on the floor? They might be decorative, but they're also sneaky trip hazards. If you love them, use non-slip pads underneath. Better yet, consider removing any rugs that don't serve a purpose beyond looks. Your future self will thank you. Also, think about the places in your home where you bend, twist, or stretch the most. That could be reaching for the top kitchen shelf, bending low for the washing machine, or climbing stairs multiple times a day. Is there a way to make those tasks easier? Maybe install a pull-out shelf, or keep your most used items within arm's reach. Or consider moving things around so you don't have to go up and down the stairs as often. None of this means giving up your comfort, it's about building a smarter environment around your comfort. And let me tell you, the sooner you do this, the better. Don't wait for a stumble or a scare. Make these changes while you feel strong, so you stay strong. There's a gentleman I met, Mr. Ben, who told me something that stuck. He said, "The only reason I haven't needed help is because I prepared for a time when I might." He had grab bars in the bathroom not because he needed them today, but because one day he might. That kind of thinking, that quiet wisdom, is what keeps people independent longer than any fancy gym membership or vitamin bottle. Now let's turn inward a bit more. Because as much as our homes shape our safety, there's something else that has even greater power over how we age, and that's our mindset. This one's big. It might be the most important piece of all. How we think about aging, how we speak to ourselves about our bodies, our memory, our purpose shapes everything else. If you wake up in the morning thinking, "I'm just getting old. This is how it is," then slowly, without even realizing it, you start to accept decline as your new normal. But imagine waking up and saying instead, "I'm still here, I'm still learning, and I've still got work to do on myself, and maybe even for others." That small shift in thought, it creates momentum. And momentum creates action. And action keeps you moving forward instead of falling behind. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that after 60, 70, or 80, you're supposed to slow down completely. But I want you to challenge that. Yes, rest when your body asks you to, but don't mistake rest for retreat. There's a whole lot of life left to live, and your attitude is what unlocks it. A positive mindset isn't just about smiling through hard times. It's about believing that you still matter, that your choices still count, and that each day still holds possibility. And science backs this up. People who believe they can age well often do age better. Their bodies respond differently to stress, their recovery is faster, and they tend to live longer and happier lives. So, how do you nurture this kind of mindset? Start by feeding your mind uplifting messages. Watch videos that inspire you. Listen to music that makes you want to move. Read stories about people doing amazing things later in life. Remind yourself every day that age is not a limitation, it's a layer of wisdom. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not bring you down. And don't be afraid to cut back on time with folks who constantly complain or focus on what's wrong. That kind of energy is contagious and not the good kind. Instead, seek out conversations that spark laughter, curiosity, and joy. One woman, Mrs. Hong, told me she starts each morning with a small journal. She writes down one thing she's grateful for, one thing she's excited to try that day, and one person she wants to reach out to. Simple, but powerful. She said it changed the way she looked at her days. They felt lighter, fuller, more hers. And that's the goal, isn't it? To feel like life is still yours. That your story is still being written, not closed. That you're not just existing, you're thriving, in your own way, at your own pace. So whether it's changing a light bulb in the hallway, calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or simply shifting the words you use when you talk about getting older, these are the real steps to staying independent. Because independence isn't just about being able to walk or cook. It's about feeling like you are still the one steering the wheel. Let's keep that going, because there's one more thing, one final, vital piece that ties all of this together and could be the most practical action you take today. And that's taking control of your health appointments and medications before they start controlling you. I know. It's not the most exciting thing to talk about, but I promise you, this is where the rubber meets the road. You could be eating well, staying active, keeping your home safe, and thinking positive thoughts, but if your medications aren't managed properly, or if you're skipping routine checkups, it can all come crashing down in an instant. Think about this for a second. How many pills do you take every day? 2, 5, 10. Do you know what each one does? Are there any you've been on for years, and no one's ever explained why? This is more common than you might think. So many older adults end up taking medications that were prescribed years ago, but never reviewed. Sometimes they no longer need them. Sometimes, new ones get added. And the combination creates more side effects than solutions. And what happens then? You get tired, dizzy, confused. Maybe you fall. Maybe you end up in the ER. And suddenly, someone else is making decisions for you, where you live, how you eat, what your day looks like. But that doesn't have to happen. You have the power to stay on top of your health. It starts with something simple, a medication checkup. Next time you see your doctor, bring every pill bottle you take, yes, even the vitamins, and say, "Can we go over these together?" Ask questions. Why am I taking this? Do I still need it? Is there a better alternative? Sometimes, a small adjustment can lift the fog, give you your energy back, or improve your balance. But the doctor won't know you're feeling off if you don't say something. So be your own advocate. You have every right to understand what's going into your body and why. And while we're on the topic of checkups, please don't skip your routine screenings and visits, even if you feel fine. High blood pressure, diabetes, hearing loss, these things creep in slowly. You don't always feel them right away, but if caught early, they can be managed so much better, with fewer risks down the line. A friend of mine, Uncle Sal, once told me he skipped his eye appointment for 3 years because, as he said, I could still see the TV just fine. Turns out, he was developing glaucoma, and by the time he finally went in, the damage had already started. Now, with treatment, he's doing okay, but it was a wake-up call. The little things we ignore can quietly become the biggest obstacles to our independence. And independence, at the end of the day, is what we're really talking about here. The freedom to stay in your own home. The confidence to care for yourself. The joy of doing things on your own terms. None of this is about being perfect. No one expects you to eat kale salads every day, run marathons, or become a yoga master at 75. What matters most is consistency. The small, daily choices that stack up over time to create a life you still love living. Let's pause for a moment and take it all in. You've learned how important daily movement is not just for your body, but for your sense of confidence. You've seen how fueling yourself with good, wholesome food can transform the way you feel each day. You've discovered how connection, curiosity, and mindset can literally keep your brain younger. You've taken a look around your home with fresh eyes, making it a place that supports your safety instead of sabotaging it. And now, you've stepped into the driver's seat of your healthcare, asking questions, staying proactive, and making sure that your medications and appointments work for you, not against you. These aren't dramatic, life-altering leaps. They're small shifts. But small shifts, done consistently, can change your path entirely. They can mean the difference between years of independence and early dependency, between living life on your terms or having others decide for you. And here's the part one want you to remember most. It's never too late to start. You don't need to do everything all at once. Pick one thing. Just one. Maybe today, it's cleaning up a little clutter from the hallway, or calling your doctor's office to schedule a quick review, or making a fresh lunch instead of grabbing something processed. Whatever you choose, take pride in it. Because every step you take is a vote for your freedom. Every small habit you build is a way of saying, I'm still in charge here. That's powerful. And if you've watched this far, I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up for you. Thank you for being curious, open, and willing to grow. That spirit, that's what keeps us young. Not our age, not our hair color, not the year on our ID card, but the belief that we still have more to do, more to give, and more to enjoy. If you found something helpful in this video, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you're going to try this week to support your independence? Your story might just inspire someone else to take action too. And if you'd like more videos like this on living well, aging strong, and embracing every year with confidence, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got so much more to explore together. Remember, aging isn't the end of your story. It's a new chapter, and you get to decide how it's written. Here's to living your best life on your own terms, with strength, purpose, and joy.